Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and I am super excited to bring you this new segment where I'm going to walk everyone through working with 3 feral puppies. There were a litter of feral puppies down in South Carolina. They were caught in the woods. Some of the litter were pretty solid and balanced, and the other half of the litter, they were really feral, super terrified of human touch, human contact. So a rescue partner of mine, they sent them to me for 1 month from my canine enrichment program. So I'm gonna walk you through the progression of the feral puppies. So I'm gonna start on day 1, the day that they arrived here, and that's the video clip I'm going to show you in just a minute. And so I'm gonna walk you through day 1 and how we brought them into the house and allowed them to acclimate a little bit. And there's not a whole lot of difference between feral puppies and really young puppies that maybe were displaced from their litter. Much of it is the same approach, but obviously with feral puppies, we need to go a little slower because they were not born around humans. These dogs, for all intents and purposes, were born in the wild. And they've been here a couple of months now. They're doing fabulous. So I'm gonna walk you through days 1 through 6, and then I'll walk you through week by week as they progressed and developed and became more confident, and what we're going to do going forward to make sure that they have a great forever home wherever they wind up. So let's take a look at a couple of quick video clips I took for the rescue that sent them here on how the puppies did on day 1. And I apologize, it was shot vertically on my phone because communication with video with my rescue partner was done via social media. So I had to take video on my phone vertically. So I do apologize about that, but you'll get the idea. So upon arrival, the first thing we did was we put them inside a big 48-inch Mastiff sized crate. So they were all together. We made sure that it was nice and comfy and cozy. And we put them in there, gave them a little bit of water. And what we did was we just kind of left them alone for a little while. It's important to allow them to what we refer to as decompress and just kind of settle in. They were just coming off of about a 3.5-hour transport, so they were cooped up in the car traveling, and they were a little anxious. So the best thing to do for them in these situations is to just let them be. Don't try to give them any treats, don't talk to them, don't pet them, just kind of put them in and let them settle down and kind of let them ease into the new environment and figure out what's going on. After about an hour, we actually opened the crate door. My wife went inside our little kitchen nook there that you could see in the video here, and she was sitting off to the right, which you can't see on the camera. And we just kind of allowed the puppies to see if they would start making their way outside the crate. And we would, just give them a little bit of space, not talk to them too much, just give them time initially to get a little curious about their environment. We made sure that we stayed calm. We didn't make any fast movements. We did offer verbal encouragement at times. I didn't do anything too boisterous or enthusiastic, to avoid freaking them out. And little by little, one of the more confident ones started making his way out, and he started sniffing a little bit, and you could tell that their curiosity started to get the better of them, which is exactly how you want this to unfold. And one of the things we were focused on was their overall demeanor and body language to make sure that they weren't too anxious for too long period of time, and that over the course of a few minutes here and there, we would see them little by little get a little more relaxed. There was one exception, and that was the puppy in the back of the crate. That's the female Callie. She was always a little more apprehensive than the 2 males, which are Herbie and Henry. And so we made sure that we focused on their body language and made sure that before long, even Callie got up and started getting a little curious. And this is all on day 1. This is over the course of a couple of hours. This is nothing that we rushed into. We made sure that we gave them plenty of time to settle in, to start getting curious about the environment and coming outside of the crate, made sure they drank water, things along those lines. And then they even started taking treats and kind of looking around and inspecting. This is how you want this to unfold, especially on day 1. You can't treat them like adults. You can't push them too far or too fast, because they will regress, and it could cause development issues. Remember, puppies develop a lot differently than young adults, and here we have feral puppies, so it was very important that we took our time and we just monitored and observed. That's really what day 1 is about, is monitoring and observing, making sure that they're going to the bathroom, they're eating, they're drinking, and more importantly, from a behavior standpoint, they're starting to explore, they're getting curious. That's what puppies, that's how puppies should behave. They should be curious. That's how puppies should develop. They should start to experience some curiosity and move a little bit about the environment. And they'll go out, they'll come back into the crate, they'll leave the crate, they'll go back in. That's really a natural progression. If they were in the wild and they were leaving a den, they would step out of the den a few feet and then come back in, come back out of the den and take a few more steps and then come back in. And it's like this back and forth of experiencing the environment, gaining a little confidence with every foot they are away from their safe place, which in this case is the crate. And little by little, they started going further away from the crate. They even went over towards my wife a little bit, where you could see here in the video. And the one puppy even took treats out of my wife's hand, which is really remarkable, especially on day one, given the state of their anxiety and fear and stress of being in a new environment. And the one you see here in the video is Herbie. He was a little further along than the other two. And now Herbie and Henry are both out of the crate, and they're approaching my wife, and they're taking treats off the floor in front of her, and the one pup actually took the treats out of her hand. So this is really remarkable for day one for feral puppies. I mean, any stressed, fearful, or apprehensive puppy for sure, but in this case, the feral puppies, the fact that they're doing this and they're showing some curiosity towards my wife is really remarkable. And overall, day one was a huge success, and we continued to monitor them, and little by little throughout the day, they got more confident, and they kind of explored a little bit more in that little kitchen nook. We laid out some wee-wee pads so they can go to the bathroom away from where they're sleeping and eating. And again, this is just a good start. It's a structured environment. They're confined, yet they have their own little safe place in the crate that they could kind of retreat back to if they feel a little anxious. But again, the primary objective here is their overall comfort, settling into the new environment. They're eating, they're drinking, they're peeing, and they're pooping. Those are the things that we're looking out for. And then obviously monitoring and observing to make sure that their overall body language gets less anxious by the minute. Day one. Stay tuned for day two. I'm going to drop that video probably in another couple of days. I'm going to work through the first 6 or 7 days the puppies were here, and then we're going to go week by week. And hopefully this video helps whether you're a rescue partner, a trainer, or maybe you're an adopter or a foster and you get a feral puppy, or maybe a shy or fearful puppy. This video series can certainly help you. And listen, if this is your first time here on my channel, take a peek around. If you like what you see, consider subscribing to my channel. Click that bell so you get notified when I upload new content, and I'll see you guys soon.